Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Always use your intuition as the guiding compass of your life. Hey. Alrighty. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for your assistance in co-creating these messages. I really do enjoy bringing them forth. So, thank you, thank you, and also thank you for your support on the channel. The likes, shares, comments, subscribes, and the donations all really do help out. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I have no idea what this message is going to be about, so we're going to figure it out together. um, Also, just a little side note, you may also be experiencing ascension symptoms right now. There's quite a few of us on the journey that are, so that's just going to be a little extra confirmation. Yeah. So it's always fun. Anyways, it's always for a purpose. It's always an upgrade or, clearing, etc., etc. So maybe you're going through that. You could be doing I'm getting throat and third eye chakra clearing and activations primarily. Um, but take it as resonance. If not, it doesn't have to be. That's not like an indicator if this isn't your message or not. That's just a little side note. Okay, so what's actually going on for the collective here? What does the collective need to hear today? What are they going through? What are they focusing on? Okay. Okay. We've got action in the reverse in the thinking woman. Okay, interesting. So, what I'm getting from action in reverse is you could be being called to take some sort of divinely inspired action or divinely guided action right now, but you're stopping yourself from doing so. And for some of you, there's something around a feminine who's very intelligent, that is a factor here. So this could be you could be that person, this could be taking action towards that person, or this could be an external person that is giving you like really good, reasons why not to take this action, even though you're being guided to. It's like you're being guided to from the divine, but there could be external influence here in the form of a feminine who's very intelligent. So it could be any of those. Let's get some more information. Where are we going? No, nope. Um, I was wondering. Okay. It's balancing the aspects, or is this a counterpart reading? Counterpart. Okay. When I was shuffling, I saw this card like three different times, so I'm really not that surprised that it came out. Normally this is my indicator that this is a counterpart dynamic, and that makes sense. So this could be not taking action towards a feminine who you view as very intellectual, or again, it could be. So I'm getting, yeah, in this dynamic, I'm getting that this is going to be for a masculine. Um, because yeah, it's just the energy that I'm feeling. I'm feeling like this is a counterpart energy where the masculine's being guided to take some sort of action when it comes to this counterpart journey, and you're not allowing yourself to. Okay, I'm being told to actually read this since it's in reverse. So let's see here. Action is the accelerant that ignites your desires. When this card is reversed, you may find that something is missing in your determination or follow through. Perhaps you've been engaging in more wishful thinking than in any consistent effort, or perhaps you need to make some adjustments in what you're paying attention to. Create a structured plan, then make sure you take daily action. This will move you closer to your goals. Be flexible yet persistent, and ever conscious of your ability to act on your own behalf. Okay, what I'm actually getting from this card in the reverse is like limiting beliefs or allowing your mind to kind of talk you out of it. This could be maybe an external person that's talking you out of it as well. So it's just going to vary. But yeah, it feels like you're really being guided to take this action, but you're not allowing yourself to. Let's see here. Alrighty dokie. Um, okay, so what's going on with Oh, and I was also getting like a lot of the wishful thinking coming through. And maybe there's a part of you that's worried that it is just wishful thinking. And so that's what's stopping you from taking action because there's a part of you that's worried that what it is that you're picking up on is just in your head and you don't really, there's like a part of you that doesn't want to know just in case it is just wishful thinking. So that's kind of coming through. But yeah, again, in this energy, I feel like the divine has been preparing you both for like union in some way. And so it's not just wishful thinking. In this energy, I'm really getting that it's a mutual thing and you're really being guided to take that action so that you can see for yourself that indeed what you are fantasizing about or daydreaming about, like indeed some of that is actually visions being given to you from your higher self of like, here's potential future possibilities with your person. And there's that element of like too good to be true coming through. Chaos and conflict. So you could be dealing with some external stuff right now. Maybe there's chaos or conflict with other people, maybe another romantic interest or, something like that. This could just be in life in general. I'm getting like life in general. I just heard crumbling. So maybe you feel like your life is crumbling and there's a part of you that doesn't want to go towards this person because you don't want to, kind of stand on that. Understand though, most of us on this journey have gone through that. So it's one of those like if everything's uncertain but you're being guided to reach out to this one person, there's a reason for it. Um so just remember that. Trust me, on the journey, holy, oh my gosh, there have been so many times where I'm like, and here we go again. Like, everything, and remember, when things are crumbling around you, it's because it was a faulty foundation. So keep that in mind. It's one of those like if all of a sudden you're hitting, I just heard a reset. So maybe you feel like your life is being reset right now. And when you're in that reset mode, when you're guided to do something, when you're guided to go towards somebody, this could even be like taking a course in something, getting certified in breath work or whatever it is, right? When you're being guided to do that, even though it might not make sense, like why would I be being guided to do this thing when everything else looks like it's falling apart? It's because what the divine is doing is it's rearranging things in your life. So anything that wasn't built on a solid foundation that can support your full alignment is going to be removed or shaken up so that you can then reassess, rebuild, and actually have a solid foundation that is in alignment with you being in alignment with your, highest version of self, more or less. Okay, yeah, we've got truth be told. And it landed on the chaos and conflict card. And what I'm hearing, and this has come through quite a bit in these messages, is that the chaos and conflict is going to continue until you speak your truth. And it fell on the counterpart card too. So I feel like it's speaking your truth to your counterpart by the book. Maybe there's a masculine here still trying to yeah, sometimes this happens. So you could be still trying to do things by societal norms, but also going through like the spiritual awakening process and being pushed into alignment and all of that. And at some point you realize those two don't really go together. They just don't. The enlightenment path or the path back to yourself or to spirit, whatever you want to term it, it's the path least traveled. It doesn't look, from the outside looking in, it does not make logical sense, but it's not really supposed to, because it's the divinely led path. So you're going to find shortcuts. You're going to find the scenic detour where you have this amazing, beautiful, miraculous experience on the way to the destination. And it's about the journey. And so there's something here where you're really being guided to look at this and say, where in my life am I still trying to show up in a certain way for external approval? And is that truly in alignment with where my soul is calling me to be now? Um, and it's hard because especially if you're used to like doing things by the book and, doing certain things, you know, in alignment with societal standards, and then all of a sudden you go through spiritual awakening and you're guided to do things completely different. Um, it feels weird at first. It's uncomfortable. It's scary, actually. Because it's like, what the hell? Like why would I be being guided to do this? And the thing is you'll find the reason out after you take this action. And there's a part of you that already knows why. There's a part of you, that's the thing here, is there's a part of you that knows why you're being asked to do this, because there is a part of you that knows what is on the other side of this for you. And it is going to be completely life changing, but it's going to be amazing. You're going to find peace. It's going to be really, really great. But there is that element of like, what if this is too good to be true? What if this is all in my head? What if I don't have enough to offer this person? And understand those are fears and worries that are attempting to keep you stuck, more or less, in preventing you from taking this action. Okay, we've got chopped wood out here, and what I'm getting, you could be distracting yourself with a lot of like busy work kind of stuff. This could be chop wood is normally like mundane tasks, doing the dishes, mowing the lawn, those kinds of things. So you could be distracting yourself right now with like, okay, everything in my house needs to be perfect before I can take this action towards this person. And in reality, it's really not that big of a deal if your baseboards are a little chipped or not. Like it's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like this is the type of connection where it's what's that's not what is overly important when we're talking about this type of a connection. Um, Okay, for some of you, what I heard is you're trying to do certain things to find this sense of peace. So maybe you're like revamping your space. Maybe you're, purging different things and releasing stuff that, isn't in alignment with you anymore. Stuff like that. I also heard like people. So maybe you're kind of purging people, places, and things that are no longer in alignment, and you're doing that to attempt to find some peace. And yes, you will find a certain level of peace by rearranging certain things in your life so that it more matches your alignment. But the true peace is actually going to come from taking this action. Yeah, your ego's being sneaky. Hey, I get it. No judgment. Mine does the same thing. So I do get it. But, you know, it's just understanding what's going on so that you can kind of supersede it and transcend it. Blossoming abundance. Okay, so you got blossoming abundance in your energy, which is really good. It did land on this truth be told this truth be told card. So there could be something here, and this has come up in the messages as well. So there could be something here with you taking action towards this person that's actually going to help you up level your finances as well, with the blossoming abundance card landing on the truth be told and peace. So you are going to find a sense of peace by reaching out to this person and communicating with um give me just a second here. Okay, so I paused it really quick to get a drink of water, blow my nose, and then I was guided to take some monoatomic gold. And then I was reminded of something that I saw yesterday about nanotech. And nanotech is being found in human bodies due to certain things that are being sprayed. Um, mainly strontium, I believe. And then something else, one of the other barium, maybe. Anyhow, so maybe this is because I was guided to talk about it. So, maybe look into getting some monoatomic gold. There's actually some really cool imagery where they put monoatomic gold in a cell, and in a human cell that has nanotech, and it like absorbs it and completely takes it out of the cell. It's really cool to watch. Anyways, geeking out over some science over here. But yes, so check with a medical health professional before changing anything. Um Not offering medical advice. Definitely got to do the medical disclaimer here. Yes, I'm just sharing with you something that I discovered that I've been doing for myself. So maybe you know, do your own research, look into it, see if it's right for you. Okay, okay. Like back in the shadow realm we go. I get shadow banned all the time and I'm a baby channel, so it's fun. Anyhow, unfinished symphony on the bottom of the deck. So there is unfinished business here with this person. Um, maybe part of this because I was guided to lay it down on the chaos and conflict and the by the book. So maybe there's a part of you that's trying to do something by the book when it comes to this counterpart situation. And just understand this is not a by the book situation. This is a very unique, pretty rare path that is literally like the shortcut to full alignment. That's ultimately what a twin flame counterpart dynamic is. It's the fast track to complete alignment. And then, at this point, there is something here where, okay, what I'm hearing is you both have gone as far as you can go in a certain way. I don't really like that message, but that's the message coming through. So I'm just gonna say it. Um, there's a certain level that one or both of you have hit that in order to continue your expansion and your growth and your evolution in this lifetime requires you at this point to come back together and be in some sort of physical union. This could be romantic. This could also be platonic. Maybe it's in a work sense. Maybe it's doing soul mission together. For some of you, it's all of the above. So just take it as it resonates. I don't have any like romantic relationship cards out. I just heard yet. So, confirmation. Okay. So there definitely could be the romantic thread of energy here. But there is something here where it's like, and it's not saying you can't do certain things without this person, but there is an element here of it. Yeah, it's the same kind of thread of energy where there's an element of soul mission and there's an element of expansion that you and your person chose to experience together. So it's like you literally designed it to be a certain kind of way, and part of this soul mission activation and the continued expansion is going to come from you two being in a physical relationship of some sort. Um, so yeah. So just understand that's why you're being pushed so hard. I mean, this message it ought to be extra confirmation. This is something you're getting signs, you're getting synchronicities, you're having dreams, you're trying to think about other things, you're trying to busy yourself with other things, and it's just not working. It's a little, it's, you know, I would say borderline obsessive, but it's not in a bad way. It's just in a way of like when something is meant for you, and this happens with all sorts of things, it's not just people. When something is meant for you and you are aligning with it, it is going to continue to pop up into your awareness until you follow that guidance, until you follow that action. This shows up in soul mission. You will feel a fire. You will not be able to fully settle and be content doing something that is not in alignment with soul mission. There will always be a part of you that is low key discontent by doing something in your career or just in life in general that's out of alignment. And you will be continuously called back into alignment, especially because you are walking the aligned path at this point. So understand that this when stuff like that just continuously comes up into your awareness and you cannot shake it, it's because your higher self and the divine is trying to push you to do that thing, but you have to use your human free will in order to actually take some of these action steps. Round and round. So this is talking about being on like just in cycles. And then I'm hearing it's time to put an end, a complete end to certain cycles in your life. And part of that is going to be taking this giant leap of faith towards your counterpart. And that's going to help you energetically shift off of some of these cycles. Okay, where are we going from here? Okay, we're going to this one. It's interesting. I've done this a couple times where I go back and forth with the decks, with two different decks. And it's kind of interesting to do it that way. Normally I'll do like one deck and then I'll switch to another one. In the reverse? Really? Do I have cards in reverse in here? Or is these are actually coming out in reverse? Wow. Okay. Well, that's a good sign. You're not like mentally self-sabotaging it anymore, or you're becoming aware of it and putting a stop to it. Oh, okay. This puts you on notice. The deceit of the past is over or about to end. Perhaps something at work is being dissolved, or maybe a more open communication has developed in your personal life. Be assured that the negative and dishonest energy is on its way out. Take advantage of a new, peaceful, and open environment, one where you will be able to forge more success and greater comfort. On a deeper level, this is telling you the period of self deceit is over. You are now ready to see the abiding truth of your own value, power, and deserving. It may take continued effort, but your honesty with yourself regarding these truths will bring even greater value into your life. And so, yeah, what I'm getting that this is both. So maybe you have been cleaning up certain things in your life, pulling back from certain connections. For some of you, I just heard putting an end to certain connections that had a deceitful or a manipulative undertone. So maybe you like recently ended a certain relationship. This could be romantic, could be platonic, take it as resonates, could be family. Um, but it's like you pulled back some of your energy, or you actually fully ended a relationship with somebody who was showing up in this way. Um, and then there's also that end of self-deceit. And then the focus on peace. So there is a focus on peace that's coming through. And maybe that's part of it too, is you're worried that going towards your counterpart is going to be chaotic and cause more conflict. And I'm not getting, I'm getting that it would, yeah, I'm getting that it's going to shake things up, but it's not going to be like, it's going to be wanted. It's going to be a wanted, very much like wanted chaos. Which sounds funny, but it's one of those things like, yeah, I'm getting just an energy return that you're going to experience by communicating with this person. And again, I'm not getting, for some of you, this could be a romantic thing, but it might even just be platonic, where you just go towards this person, you start communicating with them about the journey, about soul purpose, about, different experiences, telepathy, certain things like that at first, and then maybe that romantic thread of energy will evolve and unfold, is what I actually heard, will unfold the more you are communicating with this person. Adjacent possibilities. Okay, what I'm getting with the way that these cards are and where this landed is you are being given a window of opportunity to go towards your counterpart right now. And what that's going to do is it's going to pull you off of some of these cycles and really help you to fully shift into alignment and find peace in this blossoming abundance. Okay. And then we've got rest and rejuvenation and anxiety. So you could be still experiencing some anxiety. Yeah. And then rest and rejuvenation, you could either be in a period of rest and rejuvenation, or you're being called to really amp up the self-care right now. Um, which maybe that's where the whole freaking colloidal, or not colloidal, monoatomic gold thing came from. Colloidal gold has shown, really quick side note, colloidal gold has been shown to have the same effect, but I do both. But if you pick one, I would pick monoatomic gold. That would be, if I was picking between the two, I would pick monoatomic gold with my research and understanding with the differences between them, because they're different atomic compositions, we could say, without getting super into the chemistry. Okay. Anyhow, journey. Okay. Where I was guided to put it was right next to this deceit card in the reverse. So what I'm actually getting is there's a part of you that has accepted the fact that you're being called on a different journey. You're being called to take a different journey than most, which is good. Sometimes it's just the awareness alone that is really a huge part of it. We do have man holding a heart on the bottom of the deck. So it's a masculine energy that knows who it is that's in their heart, more or less. And so there's the romantic thread that's coming through. I knew it was there, but it wasn't coming up in the cards yet. Strategy. Okay. So you could be coming up with a strategy on how to speak your truth to this person. Um, and then I heard over strategizing. So maybe you're kind of keeping yourself stuck because you're trying to make it perfect. You're trying to come up with the perfect plan. And I'm hearing like break no contact on the perfect day at the perfect time in perfect alignment and so on and so forth. And it's understanding that, there's at some point that can be actually a clever distraction technique that the ego uses. And it's rooted in perfectionism. And so it's just understanding that it's okay if this is a little bit, I don't want to say messy, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, it's just about allowing yourself to move towards this person, to close the gap, to communicate with them, and just kind of follow your intuition and your guidance when that happens. Um And I do feel like so my throat is doing a thing and I'm struggling to find words. I keep like messing up words in this message. So maybe there is a little bit of an element of just nervousness where maybe it's like trying to speak your truth to this person just gets you like nervous. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like this perfect polished speech that you have prepared. Like it's more about it being authentic and sharing from that heart space. That's the main thing to focus on in this dynamic. Cornucopia. So this is you manifesting your highest timeline, your dream timeline. Um Interesting. It landed on anxiety, but also deceit in the reverse. So maybe there's a part of you that does have a little bit of anxiety thinking about this because you know that it's going to require you to make some big changes. And so that could be causing some anxiety. But it's also like you're not deceiving yourself anymore when it comes to this situation, which is really, really good. That's huge progress. I was wondering if we were going to see that card. Okay. Was that in reverse, actually? No, okay. I'm gonna say it didn't feel like a reversal energy coming through. Okay, this Imagine card is really talking about allowing yourself to bring your fantasies and your daydreams into the physical world and actually manifest them. And so with the Deceit card in reverse, maybe there's a part of you, okay, I'm getting like this head versus intuition battle happening. So there's a part of you, if you were to tap in, there's a part of you that knows what is on the other side of this. But there's a part of you that is thinking this is too good to be true, or that like your person from their human level. I don't feel like you're doubting that like feelings are mutual, but I do feel like there's some doubt on if this person would actually want to physically be in a union with you. And it landed, yeah, I was guided to put it here. And so maybe there's a part of you that's starting to become aware of that and becoming aware of some of those kind of like naysaying thoughts and starting to realize them for what they are, which again is really, really good. Okay, new life and go the distance. So this new life that you are manifesting, which is dream reality stuff over here with the cornucopia card, this dream reality that you're manifesting can go the distance. So the people like this counterpart that you're manifesting that you really are desiring, this relationship can go the distance. You will be able to go the distance as far as like, soul purpose, childhood dreams, dream career, dream location, so on and so forth. Like this is literally living the life of your dreams with the cornucopia card. And so this is saying that your new life that you are manifesting right now is in alignment with your highest timeline. And yes, it can go the distance. This is something that is, it's a complete shift. Yeah, and it's gonna go the distance. Like I'm trying to think of another way to put it because that sounds kind of weird, but it's like it can be sustainable for for a very long period of time. I'm getting like literally for the rest of your life. Like you're literally shifting into your highest timeline and you will be able to stay on that highest timeline and continue to expand and shift into alignment. And it's just going to get better from here. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Okay, so I paused it to blow my nose again. And when I looked at my phone to see what time it was 2:12. And so I actually was like, oh shit, that's a synchronicity. So it's 212. Twos are about partnership. Ones are new beginnings. And so there's a new beginning and a partnership here. And because there was two twos, what I'm getting is this is the energy of two wholes coming together to make an even bigger whole. This is about expansion, not completion, is actually the message I heard. So, yes, there might be a part of you that has that feeling of like, this person literally completes me, right? Like they're the perfect person for me. They just have certain qualities about them that is, something that I was desiring, or maybe, I'm hearing like for some of you, they have qualities. So for some of you, you might be able to see your feminine from a distance. I don't get that you're actually communicating with them, but it's like you have the ability to see them. So maybe they're in the public eye, maybe you can see them on social media, maybe you have mutual friends, something like that, where you have a little bit more access to them to where you can kind of see them from a distance. And so maybe by watching them for a little bit, you started to realize, like, holy shit, I didn't even realize that's something that I desired in another person, but it is. And so maybe there is that element of like, you do feel like this person would complete your life, but it's not in the unhealed way of like you need another person to complete you. And that was a very distinct distinction that the divine came through with, is like, this isn't about two halves coming together to make a whole. This is about two wholes coming together to expand together. Um, which is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, and this is two people who are like focused on the journey and then also on, having just an amazing union. Um, and I mean, it is here in this energy. Okay, where are we going from here, Spirit? Where are we going from here? Are we gonna keep going? Okay. Oh, more from here. Okay. Alrighty dokie. So yeah, with that, you could be seeing a lot of number synchronicities right now. Interesting. That did come out in numbers. Oh, okay, so this one, I was gonna say that doesn't have a reversal energy here, but that does. Okay, so that's interesting. So all that glitters is talking about temptation. It's about something viewing something as better than it uh, actually is. So being that this is in reverse, what I'm getting from this is there was a situation or a person or something in your life that you started to see clearly. Maybe for a while you were viewing this person or the situation from a different lens, and then all of a sudden something happened and your perspective shifted. And you started to see them or the situation in a different light, from a different perspective, and you started to realize that it was more, yeah, it's like illusion, like you saw through the illusion. And I'm getting that this is something that happened recently. I'm hearing like within the past week or two. So maybe there was something major that shifted for you where you saw something or someone clearly, and that might have been what you created distance with. And I do get that it's providing a level of peace. Whatever this is that you let go of is has brought you a different sense of peace and a change in the wind. So this is the energy of like things, you can feel something shifting. You know something big is on the horizon. Maybe you don't know exactly what it is, maybe you do know what it is, but it's like you can sense there's something big happening, and it landed right on the yin yang card. So this could be something in the energy between you and your counterpart, and you're feeling a change. Mm. For some of you, that's interesting. For some of you, you might be feeling like your counterpart is pulling away or is leaving you behind in some way. Okay. What do we do with that? Because I'm not really getting that your counterpart is. I feel like you might just be feeling their focus kind of shifting. Maybe they're getting ready to do something in their own life that is, yeah, I don't really, yeah. We might have to dig into the tarot for that one to see what's going on there. Um, if you are feeling that way, I don't feel like it's your person like walking away from the journey with you or not desiring this with you or anything like that. I'm not getting that's what it is. I'm getting that there's something else going on in their life or they're being prepared for something. For some of you, it's actually them preparing for union, but you're feeling it as is a pullback. And and there's this certain thing that happens on the journey where the feminine will be guided into a state of detachment, and it's not that they don't want this, it's not that they're detaching from you, it's just that if you're holding on to something and you're focused on the lack of it in the fact that it is not in your physical reality, you are actually adding resistance and it's pushing it away. And so when you get into the state of detachment, that's actually when you can manifest it fully into your physical life. So, and understand as well, there is what I'm being interesting. I've never heard this before, but Spirit's coming through with kind of an interesting download. There is something where when the feminine detaches, the masculine will perceive it as though they're detaching from them. And sometimes that is what sparks that urge to act and to go towards them. So it's all part of the divine design of this journey. So just know that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I've never heard that before. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. But yeah. Okay. Okay. Hmm. With attachment. And carrying connections. How fucking funny. Oh my gosh, Spirit. I was literally talking about detachment from the connection. But it's not, again, it's not that your counterpart doesn't want this with you. It's not that they're detaching because they no longer want this. They do. It's just there's that element. This is master manifester energy that's coming through. So your person could be a master manifester. Which the thing is, if your person's a master manifester, you are too. Just keep that in mind. Whether you fully unlocked that ability within yourself yet or not, you still have that ability. Some of these abilities are mirrored. So, and that might be part of why you're being called to go towards them too, because there might be something energetically that happens within you that actually taps you into your ability to become a master manifester and really create the life of your dreams. Um, was that just confirmation of what I was saying? Okay. Is there anything else there? No. Okay. Okay. Just clarifying. Hostilities. Okay, hostilities landed on this all that glitters card in reverse. So you could be dealing with some backlash from whatever it is that you put distance between. So, like, if this is a situation or a person or whatever it is, whatever you saw through and saw it clearly and like started detaching from or putting distance between like you and this thing, it could be causing some backlash or some issues. So, like, what I'm getting is like, if this is a person, you could be getting kind of like you could be dealing with hostile texts or phone calls, like maybe this person's like bugging you and trying to fight with you or something like that. Or I just heard for some of you like trying to get you back. So maybe for some of you, you actually released a romantic connection and this person's like trying to come back in. Um, for others of you, this could be an energy thing where maybe you're picking up on an energetic thing that's trying to come into your field. Like if somebody's like mad at you for putting distance between you and them, and then you're feeling like this energy backlash where it's like, they're like just thinking nasty shit about you or sending you nasty energies. You could be dealing with something like that. So just make sure you're protecting yourself from it. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm not getting that it's like really I feel like it might be low key irritating, but I'm not getting that it's like you're not really losing sleep over whatever this person or situation is. It was like you're just like, dude, I'm done. Um, so it's more of like an irritant that's coming through with this hostilities card, which is interesting because normally this hostilities card's pretty loaded. Like it's normally got a pretty loaded energy with it. Like you're dealing with some nasty shit. But it's one of those, like, I'm not saying that it's not nasty, it's just, like, it doesn't seem to be affecting you in a very big, big way. It's more of just like an irritant. You're just like, "Yeah, dude, whatever." Like, fucking go somewhere. Go eat glass. Okay, that was mean. It's from Schitt's Creek. It's like, yeah. Anyways. Anyways, I don't really want people to go eat glass, just to be clear. Maybe some people, but not really. Uh, anyhow. Uh, anything else from here? We get into the tarot. Or are we done? Is that it? Tarot. We're getting into the tarot now. Okay. Alrighty dokie. Give me just a second, and then we'll dive in a little deeper, and then probably close it out because I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk much longer. We'll see. So I just got some number synchronicities. This is just going to be for extra confirmation. If you've been seeing twos, mirroring numbers, 999 or nines, sixes, and then threes. And then I'm hearing in 6 9, maybe 3 6 9. Um, those could be extra confirmations for you. Okay, anyhow. All right. So we do have the lovers on the bottom of the deck. That's counterpart high level soulmate energy. It is romantic union energy. I wouldn't be surprised if it actually came out in a minute. So are we just gonna like see what's going on with the masculine? What's going on with the energy? What else do we need to know here? I mean, you've got good stuff in your energy. You're making big changes. Um, and their changes, yeah, confirmation. Their changes to shift you into alignment. So these are conscious changes you're making, which is really, really good. Good job. The sun. Oh my goodness. That's like one of the most joyous, positive, happy cards in the deck. It's joy, it's positivity, it's just standing out in the sun. An Eight of Cups. Okay, this is walking away from something that previously you put a lot of time, energy, and effort into. It was semi-fulfilling, but it was never fully fulfilling. Maybe there was the illusion that it was fully fulfilling. Maybe it was like, oh yeah, this is good enough. But when those glasses were removed, those rose-colored glasses, you realize like I was still settling. I was putting up with stuff that, I don't really want to put up with, or I was engaging in dynamics that were keeping me out of alignment and from reaching my highest, potential. And that's something here too as well. And I feel like you already know this at this point. So I feel like your clarity and awareness on the counterpart situation is pretty on point. But your counterpart is somebody who inspires you to be the best version of yourself. And that's also another thing that's like by design. And that is a mirrored thing. That is something you have that effect on your person as well, whether you know that or not. When you talk to your person, that will be illuminated for you, is what I just heard. Okay, we've got Temperance, and then I think that is in reverse. Okay, the Chariot's in reverse, so that's another action card that's in reverse. So you are stopping yourself from taking forward determined action right now. I feel like this is going towards your counterpart, but it could also be not wanting to walk away from something quite yet. Temperance, that's balance. That's also a yin yang energy, so that can also be like balance in a relationship. Especially like counterpart energy is yin yang energy. Because it's like it's your perfect person, they're your perfect balance. That's just like that's how it's designed to be. Um, but this is really about inner balance as well, and balancing the light and the dark aspects of the self, and doing healing work and shadow work and all of that jazz. Um, Okay, for some of you, you're not taking action because you feel like you need to be in a more balanced state before you take action. And the thing is like, mm, yeah, maybe, but also just make sure you're really listening to your intuition right now, because these action cards are coming out in reverse. And so what that's telling me is the divine is telling you it's time to act. It's time to close this distance. It's time to go towards this person, and it's time to make some changes in your life, but you're kind of like telling yourself like, well, I need to be in this energy, I need to be, you know at this level on the ascension journey, I need to be, whatever, like I need to make sure all of my laundry is clean. And then you wear, clothes that day. And then, oh, well, I don't have all my clean laundry because I had to wear clothes today. So I can't go do this thing because I still have dirty laundry. Like, it's one of those things that, like, it might sound good, but at the end of the day, it's an excuse. And it just is what it is. That the ego's really, really good at doing that. So really pay attention to that. Really pay attention to, like, are you actually being guided to get into a more balanced state before taking this action, or are you being guided to take action now because simply by taking that action, it's going to automatically pull you into a more balanced state? So yeah, just really, really pay attention to that. Four of Pentacles, this is keeping something close to the chest. This can be kind of frugal energy where you're like pinching pennies and really holding on, paying attention to where you're spending your money. In this energy, I'm really getting that might be an extra confirmation for you, but really what I'm getting is this is a situation that you're holding close to your chest, or you're being guided to hold it close to your chest when you take this action. So again, pay attention to your intuition with what you're being guided to do when it comes to this situation. Mm. And for some of you, this is interesting. For some of you, this is a situation where you never fully let it go. You never fully let go of this person. And I'm hearing like the fantasy of you two coming back together at some point, in really being able to have this harmonious, caring relationship connection with them. And maybe you've been holding on for a long time, and so it's hard to realize now that you're actually being guided to take action towards them because the time is now. And so if you've been kind of like daydreaming about coming back together with this person for a long time, and then all of a sudden the signs and the synchronicities amped up and you see them everywhere and you're dreaming about them and so on and so forth, that's how the divine communicates with us and lets us know that it's time to actually take action towards that thing. that we've been desiring. So divine timing is a part of this, but it's like divine timing has been in alignment for quite a while now for you, and you're just preventing yourself from taking this forward action. Why? Why are they preventing themselves from acting? Conflict. Mhm. Ah, you're worried that there's going to be conflict with your person. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, is that for some of you it could be because you have to take accountability for something, and there's a part of you that doesn't want to. So that could be part of it. Judgment. You're worried that this is yeah, so you're worried that going towards this person is going how can I word that? You're worried that this is like a karmic thing that's gonna happen, I feel like a worry. This isn't actually the energy. I feel like this is a worry that you go towards your person and maybe make a romantic gesture, because we do have the romantic cards out here now. Maybe you're worried that you go towards this person, you make a romantic gesture, and they're going to reject you, and that is your karma for whatever happened with this person in the past. And that's not the case. It's just not. Yeah, you're not being guided towards this person for that reason. You're being guided towards this person for balance, for alignment, for expansion, for connection, for shifting you fully into this new life where you are literally living your dream life. That's what this is about. This isn't about some karmic retribution or something like that. What I'm getting is you experienced enough karma and experienced enough lessons with other people that now this is your gift for getting off of some of these cycles and for choosing alignment and for listening to the guidance that came through with your spiritual awakening. Knight of Wands, Hierophant, and Two of Swords. This can be indecision or denial. Um, it can also be being pulled in two different directions. So you could be feeling that right now. Like maybe you're being pulled in two different directions, but you're being guided to take action on what is actually in alignment for you. So if you're being pulled in two different directions, and one direction is the path of societal standards and, you know, more of the unconscious path, and then the path of alignment, you're being called to walk the path of alignment. And it's one of those like you've come far enough that this is the path that you are picking. Um it's almost like there's an illusion of a choice, but your soul's not going to rest until you allow yourself to pick the path of alignment. And that's by design as well. It's because, you're needed. You're needed in your highest version of self. The Nine of Swords. Is that reverse? No, okay. So you could be dealing with insomnia, anxiety, things like that right now. Um, Justice, you're being called to balance the scales. You're being called to balance out this situation. And it does have to do with communication with the King of Swords here. You're being given a second chance with this person. Yeah, yeah, you're being given a second chance here. This is your total rebirth into the best version of you. That's what this is about. This is about you actually seeing how beautiful life can be. Yeah, you're going through major endings right now. Major endings. but that gives you the opportunity to have that rebirth energy. And that rebirth energy is with something that you missed an opportunity with in the past, which I do feel like is your counterpart. And this is wish fulfillment. This is literally the divine coming in and granting you your wish. And it's so much bigger than just this romantic union. It also has to do with soul purpose, soul mission, um, alignment. Just you came here to live a beautiful life. That's why you've never been able to fully let it go. And there's a reason you've never been able to let this person fully go. There's a reason for that. And it's not to just cause pain. So, and I understand if you've experienced a lot of karmic stuff and a lot of challenging relationships and everything else, it's hard to see that the divine is bringing you this gift that's wrapped up in another person and also your dream timeline over here. But you've healed with the wounded warrior, Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You've healed enough to where now you get to reap the rewards of what you've sown. And the thing is what you don't understand, or maybe you're not realizing, is you shifting into alignment and choosing this path is automatically aligning you with a better version of reality, with the version of reality that you want to live. Ooh, sorry, Ring. Sorry, Moonstone. Um, yeah. So this is this is because you chose to walk the path. You chose to continue to have this awakening. You chose to do what was being asked of you to do on this path. This is a complete rebirth. There's self-sabotage though. So yeah, maybe there's an element of self-sabotaging that's still coming up with this connection, with this situation. But you're really being asked to stop doing that. Stop self-sabotaging this. Allow yourself to have it. Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is communication. And that's fast moving communication. Knight of Pentacles is very prepared energy. You've prepared for this, whether you consciously know you have or not. There's something here where you're not going to see how far you've come on this journey until you start communicating with this person. It's because it's the reflection. So you're being asked to go towards this person so that you can have it reflected back to you how far you've actually come on this journey. And then Emperor, that's divine masculine energy. So that's what you're shifting into. That's what you've been shifting into. And a divine masculine gets to receive the responsibility of a divine feminine, is how I just heard it, which is a really funny way to put it. But it's a gift, having a divine feminine at your side is a gift. And then if likewise, having a divine masculine on your side, if you're a divine feminine, is a gift. This is literally the universe coming in to grant both of your wishes and provide this beautiful gift in the form of another person. Sorts. Uh, and Devil. Okay. Okay. So I deposit to blow my nose again because, rah rah, ascension symptoms and all that jazz. Okay. What I'm getting is what we have here, we have a divine masculine who does not realize how far they've come. We have a divine masculine who is extremely hard on themselves. And if you're really, really hard on yourself and you hold yourself to an impossible standard, your feminine most likely does that too. That's probably a mirrored thing. Um, the thing that you're not seeing is you don't understand what a gift you are in your current energy right now to your feminine. You aren't understanding that by you simply choosing to walk this path and to commit to being the best version of you is all that your feminine really requires. And there's also an element of this of if you're looking and you're like, well, I'm not here yet, and I haven't learned how to do that in a relationship yet. Some of that is stuff that you're going to be learning together with your person. There are certain things that can only happen in relationships. We are an interdependent species. That means there are literal things that we cannot accomplish on our own. And for those of us who are very hyper independent, we don't like to hear that, but it is true. And so, what you're not fully understanding is what a gift you are to your feminine as you are now. You don't understand the sigh of relief that is going to happen with your feminine by you closing this gap with confirmation and communicating with them and simply telling them that you're committed to the path. That, in and of itself, do you know how many people are, especially divine masculines? Do you understand how many masculines are actually at this level on the journey right now? Not a whole lot. It's really not a whole lot. So understand that the energy that you are currently embodying and the commitment to the path alone is, I mean, it's magnificent. It really, really is. And that in and of itself is all you really need to do. I mean, of course, there's like, and I feel like you've already done it. You've done some healing, you've done some, seeing beyond the illusion and cleaning up certain aspects of your life and simply deciding that you want to show up in a different energy so that you can align with your counterpart. That in and of itself is enough. So there's a masculine here who doesn't realize that they are already enough as they are right now. And there's a part of you that is feeling like this is purely temptation. You're feeling like you're feeling like these wishes and these fantasies and everything else is temptation. You're not fully seeing that this is actually going to be a wish fulfilled for you. And that's a worry. That's that is what is keeping you stuck on a lower vibration. So if you're attempting to raise your vibration and you're being guided to reach out to this person in order to actually do so, that is like not doing that is actually what's keeping you on a lower vibration or keeping you kind of one foot in, like one foot on each path. And we bounce back and forth. Like that's kind of how alignment works. So just keep that in mind as well. But this, you're not fully seeing it, and that's part of why you're being called to go towards your feminine right now, is so that you can actually have it mirrored back to you, and you can actually have your feminine confirm some things for you that maybe you're not even seeing. And then I do feel like there's going to be an element of you doing that for your feminine as well. I am getting I'm getting a hyper independent energy from both of you, and I'm also getting an energy of both of you hold yourselves to impossible standards, but you don't hold other people to those standards. Hey, we would probably be friends. Three of Swords, heartbreak. King of Wands, that's entrepreneurial, passionate, creative energy. And then Seven of Swords, that's illusion. Um, okay, so how does that? What's the message? Hmm. 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 I mean, there could still be an element of heartbreak because of the situation. And that could be part of what this is about as well, is healing the heart space fully. And by healing this heart space, that's going to allow you to fully tap into this ability to like level up in some way. With passion, with creativity, and I am getting finances and entrepreneurial energy as well. So there in that there is a relation to heart healing and abundance. And then there's illusion. Ugh. Maybe there's still a part of you that's worried that this is an illusion. And you're not going to know whether it is or not until you actually take this action. Page of Swords. Okay. The deck's in reverse, so that's not in reverse. Okay. So yeah, by communicating with your person, you're going to be able to pull out of this devil energy, which is things that are keeping you stuck on a lower vibration, and you're going to be able to see whether this is an illusion or not. And I'm really getting that it's not an illusion. In this energy, it's not. Seven of Pentacles. That's like waiting for your seeds to sprout, waiting for your harvest to come in. So maybe you're waiting for certain things to happen before reaching out, and it's actually the guidance is the opposite. And sometimes this happens on the journey, and from the human perspective, it gets really irritating because it's like, I want this to be done first, and then part of the journey is like, no, you standing in your authenticity where you're at now and knowing that you're enough now is a part of the journey. 10 of Cups and 3 of Cups. This is what is actually in the energy. Which is happily ever after in celebration. So when you allow yourself to go, and I was flipping through the deck a little bit, just kind of mindlessly while I was letting this channel come through. Um, oh my gosh. Okay. So, and I was guided to pull these two. So we've got the Empress and the Four of Wands. Okay. That's divine feminine energy. That's divine counterpart out here. And then Four of Wands. This is harmonious, happy union or reunion energy. This can also be marriage. And then 10 of Cups. This is happily ever after. This is another marriage card. So if you're interested in marriage, it's here for you with your counterpart. And 3 of Cups. This is something to celebrate. So there is going to be a celebration that happens as a result of you going towards this person. For some of you, it's going to be literally celebrating in the form of like a wedding. Um, and if you're not into conventional marriage, then this is just celebrating long-term commitment with each other. 2 of Pentacles, this is about having a lot going on, but being balanced enough to handle everything that's going on. So just know that you going towards your person right now is going to provide an element of balance. It's because there's going to be a heart healing that happens, and it's just you're going to be in communication with a soulmate, with your counterpart. And because of that, it's going to give you this new found energy. And it's going to happen for your feminine too. It's like you two are coming back together to reignite the spark within each other. And that alone is going to give you the energy necessary to handle whatever it is going on in life. Yeah, 2 of Cups. This is soulmate energy. Ace of Wands with the 8 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. Ah. Okay, Ace of Wands. This is a passionate new beginning. So you do have a passionate new beginning here with the soulmate or counterpart. 8 of Wands, this is fast moving energy. It's manifestations coming in, and it is going to pull you out of lack. It's going to completely shift your life. And there's also this element with the 5 of Pentacles of feeling left out in the cold. So if you've been feeling very left out of your feminine's life, there's a complete turnaround here. A complete turnaround. Your feminine wants you in their life. And so whatever you're desiring with your counterpart is what they are desiring with you as well. So if you are desiring harmonious, happy, romantic union with your person, that's what they're desiring as well. It is mirrored. If you are desiring just to work with them, same kind of thing. I'm getting, we've got all the romantic energy out here now. So I am getting for a lot of you, this is a romantic interest. You desire a romantic connection. I'm hearing you desire it all with your person. If that is what you are desiring, your feminine is mirroring that. That's what they want with you as well. So yeah. Um the Fool on the bottom of the deck. That's taking a leap of faith towards somebody from your past with the 6 of Cups. So that's the guidance. That's really the guidance, is to allow yourself to take this action, put an end to the waiting with the 3 of Wands here. And the Wheel. This is about you shifting what you're experiencing. This is about your wheel. This is about your fortune changing for the better. and really getting off of the karmic wheel. Like that's really what this is about. This is about you completely shifting how you are living and operating in life. And there is teamwork here. And there is also an element of you being able to release a lot of these burdens that you've been carrying around by doing this, because you're going to finally have somebody in your corner. You're finally going to have somebody that you can truly work with, that you're compatible with, that desires the same thing that you do as far as major life stuff. In the King of Cups and the Lovers, holy shit. Yeah, you're really being guided to open up and have a heart-to-heart conversation with your counterpart. Um and it's about allowing yourself to see how far you've come, how mature you really are. And also it's about experiencing a different type of connection, because here's the thing, if you've only ever been in connections that were karmic, where they were meant to teach you a lesson, that experience is going to be very, very different than an experience with a counterpart. Certain things that were triggered in other relationships aren't going to be triggered in this relationship. Certain aspects of yourself that somebody else pulled out of you, your counterpart's not going to pull that out of you, because it's harmonious. There's compatibility, there's mutual goals, there's mutual commitment to the path. Like it's so different. And so maybe that's part of this as well, is because of your experience up until this point. I feel like I'm talking to a masculine who's pretty much only ever experienced romantic connections that were karmic. Yeah, I'm not even really getting like soulmate energy. So it's one of these things, like it's hard to fathom that it could be different. But there's a part of you that knows this is the person that it would be different with, because you've already experienced this person in the past. And that is something else that's kind of hard too, is because if you haven't fully experienced your feminine in their divine feminine energy, there might be a part of you that's kind of thinking about the dynamic of things in the past. And it's just understanding that your person's grown and evolved and expanded out of some of those old patterns and wounding and so on and so forth. And the thing is, too, is what you don't realize is you have actually done a lot of that work as well, because we've got divine masculine energy out here. So you are actually aligned with your divine masculine energy, but you aren't going to fully see that and notice the difference until you are in a dynamic with somebody different. And this is like the energy of going from karmic connections to, I mean, this is like the highest level soulmate that you have on the planet. So this is like night and day difference that you're going to experience. And it is safe to make a baby romantic offer to this person, or even a big one, you know? Um, use your own discernment, use your own intuition, of course. Queen of Swords and Ten of Pentacles. You could feel like your person, your counterpart's a little bit guarded right now. Maybe they have a lot of boundaries, and maybe you're worried about that. But the thing is we've got the King of Swords out here as well, which is that's another counterpart energy. So you and your person have the ability to communicate with each other, probably in a level or to an extent that you haven't really experienced before, especially in your new energy, because I feel like you've shifted a lot. And so you're in a different energy now as well. In Ten of Pentacles, this is building a legacy. This is building an empire. The emperor and the empress come together to build empires. And that's literally what you're being guided to do right now with your person, is to go towards them, have this happy, romantic, happily ever after element, but also, it's teamwork, it's collaboration, it's working together to build something for your future, for future generations. This is multi-generational wealth. This is massive. And this has come out in this energy so many times. Like you literally have 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. This is literally having it all. Like you literally have the potential to have it all with your person. And it's just, you're just not allowing yourself to take that forward action, because there's a part of you that's still worried that it's not actually realistic. And it is. It is. This is what you've worked so hard for. This is why you went on the spiritual awakening journey, is to have it all, is to experience the life that you actually chose to experience before you incarnated on Earth. This is literally the life that you want to experience. So let yourself have it. Like, let yourself go towards this person and have it all. It's so beautiful. And the effect and the impact that you're going to have on the collective, on the world, simply by being together, working together, and building together, just the energy of that alone is going to just help shift the collective in such a beautiful, happy, harmonious way. I mean, I don't fully think that you realize how much of a powerhouse you and this person together are. And like, I don't feel like you really understand or can comprehend what you two can accomplish together. This is definitely the energy of like, we're better together than we are apart. And you just now get to find that out for yourself. So go let your feminine confirm everything that I'm telling you right now. It's time to allow yourself to have this in the physical world. It's time for you to allow yourself to live the life of your dreams. This is beautiful. This is what the divine wants. This is what your higher self wants. And this is what your human self wants too. It's just a matter of your ego allowing yourself to have it. That's really the biggest hang up right here. So check your ego, put that fucker in the back seat, let your higher self take the wheel, and follow the guidance that's coming through. That's the recommended action. So, alrighty. With that, I'm gonna leave this here. I hope this helps. You got this. Yeah, yeah, you're so close. You're so close to having it all, is what I just heard. And the divine is pushing you towards this. The divine is bringing you manifestations as a result of this, and it's literally going to be you living the life of your dreams. So do it to it. Alrighty. Yeah, and you intuitively know this with the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. You intuitively know this. It's just your mind's probably being very loud right now. So tell that fucker to shut up, kick it in the back seat, let your higher self in, let your higher self take the wheel, and allow yourself to take this action, take this leap of faith. Go towards your person. It's time. You're ready for this. Your person's ready for this. So it's just, you're kind of in this period of you're just delaying the inevitable at this point. So stop doing that to yourself. Like, with love, of course. Stop doing that to yourself. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to leave it here for real this time. Okay. If you like this message, feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel, so thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free. I will see you on the next message. Bye.